The Flow Intelligence Platform. The vision. Greetings to everyone. Thank you for being here. Today I'm excited to walk you through a complete story, from vision to execution, financial justification, and finally, how management itself evolves. Let's begin with the big picture. Moving to the core questions that drove the proposal of this platform. The foundational question. The entire platform starts with two honest questions every manufacturing leader is asking. How do we finally replace our data using office tools and spreadsheets with something intelligent? And how do we build a self-learning decision system that continuously improves flow? And we know the strategic importance from the TLS Blue framework. This leads us to a common mistake many companies make with AI. The AI manufacturing trap. Here's the trap. Most companies apply AI to chase local efficiency and machine utilization. But, in complex environments like ours, that actually harms overall throughput. The Flow Intelligence Platform uses TOC thinking instead, focusing on global flow and constraint exploitation. So what does this mean day-to-day on our factory floor? Navigating the continuous demands of the factory floor. In a plant with hundreds of products and complex routings, we face 8 critical questions every single day. Artificial intelligence becomes truly powerful only when it can answer these faster and more accurately than human capacity allows. 1. What should we produce? 2. When should we produce it? 3. Where should we produce it? 4. What should be prioritized? 5. What delivery date should we promise? 6. Where is the constraint moving? 7. What inventory buffers need adjustment? 8. What will happen tomorrow if today's conditions continue? To do that, the platform we propose is built in 4 clear layers. The structural anatomy of flow intelligence. The system has 4 logical layers. Layer 1 is the digital operational model. Layer 2 is the TOC decision engine. Layer 3 is predictive AI, and Layer 4 is prescriptive AI. Each layer builds on the one below. So, let's start at the foundation. The digital operational model. Layer 1 creates a live digital twin of our entire operation, products, routings, capacities, inventories, and orders. This gives us total visibility without needing AI yet. Let's keep in mind that a digital twin is not a 3D model of our operations. The accuracy of digital models relies on 3 elements: quality and quantity of data, enabling technologies, and business applications. On top of that foundation sits the core logic. The TOC decision engine. Layer 2 encodes real theory of constraints logic, buffer penetration velocity, contribution throughput priority, and dynamic constraint identification. This is the mathematical heart of the system and one developed by implementing the TLS Blue framework. Next, we add the ability to look ahead. Predictive AI anticipates the future state. Predictive AI forecasts demand patterns, buffer consumption, and emerging constraint stays in advance, giving us proactive control instead of reactive surprises. With this, management can review scenarios and respond intelligently and proactively to those predictions. So, then we turn those predictions into action. Prescriptive AI drives execution. Layer 4 delivers clear recommendations, production priorities, realistic delivery dates with confidence levels, and smart alternate routing decisions. Here management can and should review recommendations and make intelligent decisions. It is not a straitjacket for management decisions. Before we go further, we need an important reality check. The 10% illusion of large language models. The conversational interface you see is only the visible 10%. The real power is the 90% mathematical and TOC core underneath. This is why having a sound digital twin of our operations and the strategic decision engine, both, are the bedrock of an intelligent AI system. So how do we actually implement this? Phased execution blueprint. We follow a phased approach. First, we build the non-AI foundation, nodes 1 and 2, that do not require any AI support, but it can help in. Analyze spreadsheets, interview transcripts, and process maps to propose structured decision rules, identify inconsistencies, and suggest TOC-aligned improvements. Act as an intelligent assistant that flags inconsistencies between the physical floor and the digital twin in natural language, and support the TOC architect in stress testing and refining the mathematical rules, buffer penetration velocity, contribution throughput priority, dynamic constraint logic. Then we activate intelligence step by step. We can develop the simulation engine and start adding generative AI assistance. At the heart of this is a key strategic trade-off. The strategic trade-off. AI must be trained to maximize global throughput, not local machine utilization. By sacrificing local efficiency at non-constraints, we unlock exponential gains in overall flow. AI will render benefits understanding the system with refinements to the digital twin and the TOC decision engine. The beauty is how simple this complexity becomes to use. Conversational flow in practice. You'll simply ask natural questions like "Why is product 27 late?" and receive flow-optimized recommendations. A simple question in a normal conversation can now be answered at the speed of AI for the realities of our system. So what is the ultimate objective? The ultimate objective. We move from reactive spreadsheets and time-consuming analysis to a continuously learning flow intelligence platform, a digital manager designed to protect flow and maximize throughput. This presentation deals with the what and the why. Now let's move into the next presentation, the detailed how of execution. Are there any questions? The Flow Intelligence Platform. The execution. From vision to execution. Welcome to the execution blueprint. Let's be clear, this is not a standard software project. This is a strategic capability project. Success is measured by improvements in flow and systemic throughput. Here's what we will actually build. System inputs and the 7 deliverables. We integrate data from operations, inventory, and commercial areas to create 7 main core deliverables, starting with the knowledge repository and ending with the conversational interface. Importantly, we're applying flow principles to the project itself as we move from the knowledge repository to digital twin, to decision engine, to delivery commitment engine, to simulation lab, to predictive and prescriptive intelligence, and to the conversational copilot, conversational management interface. Philosophy matrix and system protection. We recommend use of critical chain project management, CCPM, to protect the critical chain with buffers rather than chasing every individual task. CCPM is also part of the TLS Blue framework, and this execution blueprint assumes it. Success also requires clear roles, resource roles and responsibilities. The TOC architect, individual or team, is the primary constraint perceived for the execution. Operations subject matter experts, SME, validate rules, while the development team builds the platform with AI assistance. So, let's walk through the phases. The phased roadmap. We begin with Phase 0, knowledge capture. AI support can significantly accelerate the extraction and formalization of tacit knowledge from the TOC architect and SMEs. Then Phase 1. Phase 1, Digital Twin. AI support can help design the data model and validation rules. The objective is a digital representation of operations with a 95% accuracy achieved, before moving to the next phase. Phase 2, TOC Decision Engine, our core logic. AI can support the TOC architect in stress testing and refining the mathematical rules, buffer penetration velocity, contribution throughput priority, dynamic constraint logic. AI support excels at logical reasoning and can simulate edge cases to strengthen the engine. Phase 2 is to deliver a 100% operational flow engine before moving to the next phase. Phase 3, Delivery Commitment Engine. An excellent AI support with strong probabilistic reasoning makes it superior for generating reliable commitment dates with transparent confidence levels. Due date performance, DDP, based on the TLS Blue framework, should aim at almost perfection, higher than 95%, with missed DDP insignificantly late. Our DDP is likely to become one of the critical competitive advantages and significant to our brand. Phase 4, Simulation Laboratory, very strong fit for AI support. AI is well suited to help design, interpret, and run what-if scenarios. It can explain trade-offs in plain language and suggest non-obvious policy improvements. Here we aim at full management acceptance and adoption. Phase 5, Predictive Intelligence. AI can integrate with historical data to identify patterns in demand, downtime, and constraint movement. Its truth-seeking nature helps avoid common AI hallucination pitfalls in predicting the future. Management review and adaptations to the system are always essential. Phases 6 and 7, Prescriptive Intelligence plus Conversational Copilot, excellent fit for AI exploitation. This is where AI should shine brightest. Conversational Copilot, AI can serve as, or power, the natural language interface, delivering context-aware, flow-optimized recommendations. Prescriptive layer, AI can generate high-quality, explainable recommendations, routing alternatives, priority sequences, risk mitigation, while always grounding them in the TOC decision engine. Strong governance keeps everything on track. Governance structure. We have an executive sponsor, steering committee, and structured risk mitigation. The governance structure and risk diagnostic are not only necessary during the project but in maintaining the system updated with changes. For this project, the result is incremental value realization. Phased value realization. Value accrues with every phase, from visibility to predictive power. Understanding the step chart timeline and how to realize the most benefits becomes the transformational roles of management. This creates a powerful flywheel effect. Flywheel. Our understanding of flow to maximize throughput becomes a continuously learning organizational asset, which is a competitive advantage that no competitor can imitate. So what's the next step? Action required. With these two presentations we could recommend authorizing Phase 0 and Phase 1 immediately, but we also need to have the financial implications of the project to receive approval. So, with the execution plan clear, and having clear the what and the why, let's now examine the financial justification and ROI model in the next presentation. Are there any questions? The Flow Intelligence Platform. The economic case for intelligent management capability. Greetings, members of the steering committee. Thank you for your time today. We've already explored the vision of the Flow Intelligence Platform and the practical execution roadmap. Today, I want to present the economic case, why this initiative represents a compelling capital allocation decision that can transform how we operate and compete. Let's begin. Financial justification and throughput ROI model. This presentation focuses on the economic value of moving from reactive, spreadsheet-driven operations to a continuously learning intelligent management capability. The goal is clear: capitalize on our operational knowledge to drive higher throughput and sustainable ROI. The ultimate question of resource allocation. Every leadership team faces the same fundamental question: why should we invest in this rather than other worthy opportunities? Excellent projects often fail not because the vision is weak, but because they lack a compelling economic argument. Today, I will show how the Flow Intelligence Platform directly impacts throughput, reduces risk, and creates measurable strategic advantage. Standard industry approach versus our proposed approach. Most companies pursue traditional IT projects focused on transaction automation, logging what happened, and achieving marginal efficiency gains. Our proposed approach is fundamentally different. We are automating decision support, predicting constraints, protecting future flow, and scaling our proprietary TOC knowledge. This shifts us from keeping score to shaping outcomes, with significantly higher competitive impact. The hidden risk of business as usual. Let's be candid about the status quo. Our current reliance on spreadsheets, manual calculations, and concentrated individual expertise creates real vulnerabilities. Knowledge concentration caps our scalability. Fragmented tools make planning fragile. Slow response to changing conditions leads to lost throughput and delayed revenue. These are not theoretical risks, they are the hidden liabilities of continuing as we are. The hidden liability of the spreadsheet status quo. This approach may feel efficient today, but it introduces systemic risk as we scale. We face fragility of expertise, a hard scalability ceiling, and constant reaction instead of prevention. The ultimate cost is constrained growth and missed opportunities. Automating transactions versus automating decision support. Traditional IT automates record keeping. We are automating the far more valuable layer, deciding what to do next to maximize global throughput. Our competitive advantage is not our spreadsheets. It is our deep understanding of flow and theory of constraints. This platform scales that advantage into a repeatable, intelligent engine. Digitizing the logic of throughput. At the center of everything are the 8 critical questions we must answer every day about production, priorities, constraints, buffers, and delivery promises. The Flow Intelligence platform digitizes and accelerates our ability to answer these questions with speed, accuracy, and foresight, something human capacity alone cannot sustain at our current scale. How captured intelligence drives ROI. Success is measured by improvements in flow, not software completion. Once we capture and digitize our TOC intelligence, it powers 2 powerful economic engines. Throughput protection, reducing firefighting and protecting margins. Throughput generation, improving delivery performance, building customer credibility, and unlocking capacity for new revenue. Capitalizing tribal knowledge into a strategic asset. We are transforming localized human capital and tribal knowledge into a permanent organizational asset. Phase 0 serves as the bridge, turning individual expertise into a scalable, digital capability that benefits the entire enterprise. Phased ROI, establishing the throughput foundation. Unlike traditional IT projects where value arrives only at the end, this initiative is designed to deliver measurable operational and financial benefits at every step. Phases 1 through 3 establish the foundation, visibility, automated priorities, and reliable commitments. These early phases already reduce manual effort and protect flow. Phased ROI, scaling exponential value. As we advance, the value compounds. Phases 4 through 7 add simulation, predictive insight, prescriptive recommendations, and conversational intelligence. This creates exponential leverage, moving us from reaction to strategic foresight and rapid decision-making. Phased ROI, delivering value at every step. The entire roadmap is structured so each phase delivers tangible business value before the next begins. This is not a big bang deployment. It is a disciplined, de-risked journey that builds confidence and results progressively. Unlocking immediate visibility and control. Even the earliest phases deliver significant benefit. Phases 0 and 1 create a single source of truth and drastically reduce manual analysis. Phase 2 brings automated, flow-based priorities that protect throughput in real time. Monetizing delivery reliability and planning. Later phases monetize reliability through better delivery commitments and de-risk major decisions via simulation. This builds customer trust and prevents costly misallocations of capital and resources. The exponential value of predictive intelligence. As predictive and prescriptive layers come online, we gain early warning capabilities and automated recommendations. Phase 7 adds conversational insight that compresses decision cycles dramatically. AI as a force multiplier for the project itself. Importantly, AI is not only in the end product, it actively helps build the solution. By supporting documentation, modeling, testing, and development, we compress timelines and reduce overall investment required. Securing the ROI via CCPM execution. Financial models only matter if the project is successfully delivered. That's why we are using critical chain project management, focusing on flow and protecting the critical chain with multiple buffers and strong governance. Protecting the investment with CCPM governance. We eliminate multitasking, enforce strict phase gates, and maintain monthly executive oversight. This disciplined approach maximizes the probability of realizing the full strategic value. An irreplicable organizational asset. The completed platform creates a true competitive moat. Competitors can buy machines and generic software, but they cannot replicate a system that digitizes our unique operational knowledge and flow intelligence. Proving the value, initial authorization. To move forward with confidence, I recommend we approve immediate initiation of Phase 0, knowledge capture, and Phase 1, digital twin. These foundational steps carry the lowest risk while delivering the highest immediate organizational learning value. A rigorous management review gate after Phase 1 will inform decisions on subsequent phases. Building an unreplicable competitive advantage. This initiative turns our greatest asset, our understanding of how to create flow, into a continuously learning, appreciating organizational capability that is incredibly difficult for competitors to replicate. The final mandate. To conclude, the objective is not to build an AI system. The objective is to build a management capability that becomes smarter every day. AI is simply one of the tools that enables that capability. I recommend we approve Phase 0 and Phase 1 now. These steps give us the foundational truth and learning momentum we need. Thank you. I'm happy to address any questions or discuss next steps. The Flow Intelligence Platform. The evolution of management. We've covered the platform, execution, and ROI. Now let's talk about the most important transformation, how we lead differently. The goal has always been bigger than technology. The objective is flow, not software. We are building a management capability that gets smarter every day. Let's revisit daily reality. Navigating the continuous demands. The 8 questions are currently answered through fragmented tools and expertise. This creates growing risk. The limits of tribal knowledge. As complexity increases, reliance on individuals becomes a systemic vulnerability. This demands a new leadership identity. Your leadership. A new responsibility, the TOC architect. Our greatest advantage is our deep understanding of flow. The TOC architect role elevates managers from tactical firefighters to strategic architects and curators of our most valuable intelligence. So, let's be clear about the role of management. The evolution of management constraints. What kind of managers and organization must we become to thrive in the AI era? That is a much deeper question. Most organizations are discussing AI as a technology transformation. Very few are discussing it as a management evolution. Given your TLS Blue and Poogie background, I would be inclined to position the presentation around a powerful idea. Throughout history, organizations have evolved by overcoming physical constraints. The next frontier may be overcoming limitations in how we think, learn, collaborate, and adapt. So, here's what the evolution looks like. The evolution of the manager. Before, data hunting, manual calculations, reactive firefighting. After, logic validation, scenario modeling, predictive foresight, and structuring TOC rules that drive the entire operation. The platform makes this possible. The Flow Intelligence Platform. A true operational copilot with 4 layers supporting elevated decision-making. We build this capability progressively. The Capability Roadmap. Each phase adds new management power while delivering immediate value. It begins with knowledge. Your knowledge. Phase 0, capturing organizational knowledge. We digitize our collective expertise. The TOC architect leads this foundational work. This phase is deeply human and contextual, capturing your organization's unique operational wisdom, decision rules, and tacit knowledge. You could ask, how important is it for this foundational knowledge capture to remain fully internal versus having an AI collaborator that helps organize thinking faster? It is mostly internal, with AI as an optional accelerator for productivity. Then we maintain the living model. Curating the digital twin. Managers actively curate the twin as the factory evolves. This is building and maintaining the living operational model, products, routings, inventories, work centers. And here are a couple of questions for you to answer. Where would you want an AI partner to help with data modeling and validation? And where would you prefer your team to maintain full control? Your logic becomes automated. Phase 2 and 3, encoding logic and automating commitments. The system handles priorities and reliable promises. In Phase 2 is where AI can shine, translating human TOC expertise into robust, executable logic. So, let's think about, how do you envision the process of encoding your deepest flow logic? Would having an AI reasoning partner to challenge and refine ideas alongside the TOC architect accelerate this while keeping final ownership with your team? For Phase 3, we must evaluate orders against capacity, materials, and constraints. It is your expertise embedded in the model in order for AI to know your system. Decision capabilities are transformed. Transforming decision capabilities. From manual and reactive to automated, dynamic, and data-driven. It is bringing your knowledge into a faster and more reliable decision-making. Always keep in mind that information is the answer to the question asked. All else is just data. We move from reaction to foresight. Phase 4 and 5, from reaction to strategic foresight. Simulation and prediction let us engineer tomorrow instead of fighting today. In Phase 4 we deal with safe experimentation with demand changes, policy adjustments, or capacity decisions. For Phase 5 we predict the future and review to adjust the model and make more robust predictions. Finally, we all gain a true partner. Phase 6 and 7, the management co-pilot. Natural conversations deliver instant, intelligent insights. We are ready to explore Phases 6 and 7, and this is where AI's capabilities become particularly powerful. Predictive intelligence. Pattern detection in demand, downtime, and constraint movement. Early warning generation with clear reasoning. Prescriptive intelligence. Generating routing alternatives, priority sequences, and inventory recommendations grounded in the TOC core. Explaining the why behind each suggestion. Conversational copilot. Natural language interface where managers ask questions like what threatens throughput next week? Or why is this order at risk? And receive thoughtful, context-aware responses. So the system acts as a true management collaborator rather than a black box tool. Ongoing evolution. Continuous learning loop, reviewing system performance, suggesting logic improvements to the TOC architect, and adapting as the business changes. It all connects in a learning loop. Systemic convergence. Management and the system continuously elevate each other. The goal is augmentation, not replacement. Your unique flow understanding stays at the center, while AI helps scale and operationalize it more effectively. Key safeguards, this is important for me to emphasize. Human oversight and approval at every critical decision point. The TOC decision engine remains the authoritative core. Transparency and explainability are prioritized. Customization to your specific manufacturing context and culture. We apply the same discipline to execution. Execution rigor, CCPM project philosophy. Flow principles guide the project itself. CCPM is part of the TLS Blue framework and it is suited for planning and executing projects, especially this type of business transformational projects. Governance ensures success. Critical resources and governance. Our operational expertise is the primary constraint, supported by strong leadership. Can you explain why we say that operational expertise is the primary constraint? I am sure you can explain it. The fact is that without the human side of business, AI is useless. So, what is the ultimate payoff? Building an unreplicable advantage. We turn our deepest flow knowledge into a living asset that adapts faster than competitors can respond. It is knowledge dependent, your knowledge and expertise. The heart of our unmatched competitive advantage is always our operational strength. So what's the immediate path forward we are recommending? The path forward. We have submitted approval of Phase 0 and Phase 1 now. These steps deliver the highest learning value with the lowest risk. But we also need management and key personnel to commit in making the project a successful one. Across these 4 presentations, we have a complete, compelling plan. This is our opportunity to evolve from reactive operations to intelligent, flow-driven leadership, creating sustainable competitive advantage. I recommend we form a small working group this week to finalize the charter for Phase 0 and 1 as we wait for project approval. I'm happy to answer questions and help to schedule the next steps. Thank you.